Okay, just a quick day walk again today. We're at the Wrekin, just popped over the border into Shropshire. It's a fairly short walk up to the summit, about a kilometre and a half, 2 kilometres, something like that, but it's fairly steep all the way up there. The intention after that, once we've cleared the trees and up into the summit, have a look at the trig point, and we'll drop off the back from our point of view anyway. Walk down the slope, down the big lump of rock, and then around the base. I want to say it's an extinct volcano. I think that'd be wrong. I think it's just a rock mass that was left behind as a result of volcanic activity. Something like 650 million years ago, give or take a year or two. So, yeah, I'll take you along with me. We've got Paula, Thomas, Bert and Bella with me today. So hopefully, shouldn't be too long. Nice little leg stretch, a bit of exertion, get the heart going and do us a whole load of good. But I'll speak to you in a bit. Okay, straight onto the path and straight up. I said it was a steep one. Looks like the boy's ready for adventure with his Winnie the Pooh buff on, his little baby buff. Let's see how we're looking at about 20 minutes time. Well, excuse me for being out of breath. It's quite a climb down from the road. But the first random act of kindness for the day. Not from me, I hasten to add, but one of the dogs was kind enough to leave me a little steaming bag of goodness right at the bottom, and a kind lady passing me the other way, who's nearly at the bottom now of course, offered to take a bag of poo off of me to throw in the bin, save me carrying it all the way up and down. Nice when people show a bit of kindness. Well, that's the view ahead of us, 2 dogs and a relentless climb. But that's the view off to our left. Just had a great spotted woodpecker flying down through there. Stopped at the base of the tree, but it was gone and probably a little too far away for filming. By the time I got my camera out, it was gone anyway. I always look at this section thinking it's the crest. Unfortunately, I don't think it is. I think it's just a section where we start to climb out of the trees. Okay, well that's over the fake crest. And like I said, just keeps on going. So let's go see what's over the top here. I'm well aware this video is going to be mostly me puffing and panting, but I remember it being a short, sharp climb. Christ, it's certainly that. I think we're near enough done now though. Just walking through the site of the Wreking hill fort. Not much left to see anymore, so I won't waste my time showing you any. But the views, as you can see, are spectacular as always. Well, it seems I was wrong again. There's yet another climb to the top. Oh, let's see how it goes. Well, we've as good as made it to the trig point. Hopefully I'll get a chance to show you the views up there in a second. It looks like it'll be getting pretty crowded. Once we've done that, we'll drop off the back, down the back side of the hill if it's not too steep, and then loop back round, and I'll keep you updated as we're going. Okay, hopefully the wind's not too bad. Finally made it up to the summit, as is so often the case now. You get these top post stones, finding out where everything is, pointing out the Wrekin, we're on top of the Wrekin, right in the centre there. As it says, 1,335 feet. Ercall was opened a couple of weeks ago, which was, I think, 1,300 metres, 3 times the height of this. You can see all the areas listed: Market Drain, Stoke Drain, Wrekin, College, Lillishall Hall, etc., etc. as it goes around. And what have you? Okay, this is the path over the top, heading back down to the base of the hill, obviously the rear end from where we started. I've never walked this before, so voyage into the unknown for me as well. I think that way was at Wolverhampton, and that way was back towards home. And the rest of the countryside's relatively flat. You don't need much of a rise. And you've got some beautiful views. I know I keep saying, harping on about how beautiful they are. see the A5 cutting through the countryside down there, the road we came in on. Not quite sure what that is behind it, whether it's a lake. I mean, it certainly looks right in the centre of the picture there to be some sort of mine, some sort of extraction. It's just stunning, lovely British countryside. And we're going that way with the adventure baby. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad, I'm sure we'll be okay. How are you feeling, sweetheart?
Yeah, feeling good now we're at the top.
Okay, now we're going back downhill.
Yeah.
I'll remind you of that when the downhill gets steep.
Yeah.
There's the view the other way. And looking out, no idea what them hills are, but there's an obvious feature up through there. There's a crease right the way through the hills. Okay, the area back up there that I last filmed was actually called Needle's Eye, not the eye of the needle. I wasn't far off. Proper old woodland. I hope when I shut up you can hear the birds singing. The bird song is just gorgeous down through here. Virtually no one about. We passed 2 people on our way down, unlike on the way up when there was just rucks of people. Lovely, little gem. If you are going to come down the backside of the hill, down past Needle's Eye, I'd suggest walking shoes or boots of some description rather than just trainers. The path is quite rocky and would be uncomfortable underfoot with a soft sole, I would imagine. Okay, I could see from the contours it was going to be steep, and it's not wrong. When I came off the top, absolutely gorgeous. I was going to suggest that this might be the better way to come up, but I think we've probably got it right this time, purely by fluke. Coming down this, it's got to be less of a leg wrecker. If you're looking for a real workout, then come up this way, because it's relentless. It's just going to keep on coming. But I think for a leisurely walk, the way we came up was got your heart pumping, got your legs burning, and then down this way it keeps on that burn, but it's I would imagine to be significantly worse coming the other way. Okay, you can see the summit in the top there. We've passed Needle's Eye, and you can see how close them contours are. And we've got straight across them, straight down to the bottom, and we're now at that junction with the U-shaped track just before Little Hill, and I think we're going to take a right across to this bridleway over here and follow that in to the road and then back to the car park. It's strange how with these walks, just a little turn like that, turn off the hill down onto this road, I guess, this track, how all of a sudden things can change. All of a sudden the wind's dropped, the hill's giving us a cover. It's like we're in a cocoon. There's no real outside noise. All you've got is a slight rustle of the leaves and the bird song. So peaceful, so tranquil. What a way to unwind. Have you found your first hill climb, little man? Yeah, I thought so. Also your first forward facing adventure, in it, little man? I think you're pretty much exhausted from that climb in the descent, so we better get you back to the car as soon as possible.
It's dinner time.
Yeah.
Cheeseburger time.
It's always dinner time. Any of you that watch Syntax 77 will know the cheeseburger time reference. Good chance for me to mention an inspiration of mine, a gent who got me up and moving again. Before I do, yeah, there's several that I watch. There's I think it's Outdoor Adventure, Syntax 77, Shrewsbury. There's a whole load of them. Get out there and find them. A lot of the AT walkers, a lot of the PCT walkers. You've got Wanderlust. Last who walked the AT a couple of years ago is walking the PCT now. But one of my favourites at the moment is a gentleman that goes by the name of Uncle Paul. His channel's Blessing of Adventure, and over the last year he's lost an absolute shed load of weight, exactly what I want to do, but with a view to walking the AT. He's going to be doing what he calls a flip-flop trail. Not a term well known, I guess, in this country. It doesn't mean he's going to be doing it in flip-flops. It means he's going to, rather than starting at the southern terminus, working through to the northern terminus, working it in a, what they call NOBO, northern bound route, or a SOBO, southern bound route. He's going to try and take the best weather in all the various different stretches of the Appalachian Trail. Sorry, AT's the Appalachian Trail, PCT's the Pacific Crest Trail. So he's walking, flip-flopping the AT, which means he'll start somewhere at a random point, walk that section, flip forward, do another section, flop back, do another section, until finally flip-flop the entire, I think it's 2,600 miles, something like that. Should take him probably 6 months, I'd guess. But check it out, Blessing of Adventure, well worth watching. Inspirational guy. That doesn't mean you're not allowed to watch this channel anymore. You've got to keep coming and watching all of my videos. I don't know if we get any horses through here. I haven't seen any horse exhaust on the trail, so you might do, you might not, I guess, but that didn't look like horse fur to me. That looked like deer. I haven't seen any deer either, or any other sign of deer, but definitely a coarse fur. Not long enough to be horse mane or tail, so I'm guessing deer. Wrong colour as far as I would imagine for badger, and again too long, I would have thought. So I'll keep my eyes peeled. I doubt I'll see any, but it'd be nice if I did. Okay, so we came off that track by a little hill. That crossroads at the bottom, and then we're now looking for that fork. And we've got a path up there and another one up there. We've also got one leading off down there. Now that junction there, we've got the one we want, the one up to the right, but we've got this little path down the side, so I would say we are right where we want to be, right in the middle of them three junctions, and needing to go up there. I said the climb was too much for him, he's worn himself out. Literally 100 metres since I had him on camera last, and he's flat out. A load more fluff, black this time. That's right, Bert, that's where it is. Bert, out of the way, come on, move. And much shorter, much finer, don't know what that is. Some old metalwork buried down into the ground there. Not quite sure what it is. Old pump or something, I guess. I'm not sure. Have a look, see if I can find out when I get home.
Dogs.
No idea what they are. Whole series of them. Probably about 8 foot long with a wheel on either end. One after another. Anyone should that's any light on it, let me know. Okay, yeah, I should have got a photo of it when we went past, but there's a sign back there as we came over a stile saying you're entering the Raby Estate, or the Raby Estate, R-A-B-Y. Please stick to permissive footpaths as deer stalking may be in progress. So there's obviously deer up there. We saw the fur, we just didn't see any deer. And Paul has just found this. My instincts would say it's a blackbird egg. I might be wrong, and I'm sure my dad will set me straight when he sees this. But it's a beautiful little aquamarine egg with black or brown speckles. Hey, how you doing? And he's back after a power nap. There's no stopping him, there's no keeping him down. All the way to the end. Okay, that would answer a lot of questions. The contraption that we saw earlier on had a big brick wall behind it, and then a mound of earth and eventually turf. And looking at them, I wondered if it was a firing range. I wondered if it was a bank that they'd fire into. Them contraptions would be the contraptions that lift the figure 11s, the human-shaped targets up and down, and they'd be firing into that bank. But I wasn't aware that there was a firing range around here, so that sign explains a lot, and I would imagine that's what it is, an old firing range, an old target installation. Yeah. Okay, we've come out the bottom of the hill now, away from the Wrekin. Got this road walk, probably a couple hundred metres back to the car. But that lump you can see just beyond it is the Ercall. It's Ercall. It's another nice little walk. Stay dogs. Nowhere near the size of the Wrekin, but a nice little add-on if you want to do a little figure of 8 loop as part of your day. Always a welcome sight. Although something around it makes it smell of pee. You can see the van in the distance. Stay dogs, stay. Let this vehicle pass. Oh, it's turning in superb. Come on, good dogs. Yes, you can see the van in the distance there, so we're near as damn it done. If you like the video, hopefully you've liked the video. If you could please subscribe, like, comment on YouTube. If you haven't liked it, please don't. And if you want to know more about what's going on, what we're up to, what we're going to be up to in the future, then Trail Trials on Facebook. I look forward to hearing your comments, and I'll put another video up soon.